Now, I know most of you ran to the theater yesterday to catch this guy's latest movie, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Please welcome Daniel Radcliffe. Thanks for coming back to Fuse.
Not at all. It's a pleasure to be here.
That's wonderful. I want to start out by saying I saw the film, the best one yet.
Well, I agree with you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do think, I genuinely, and we do say it every year that they get better and better, but they do. And this one has taken, I think, a huge leap forward. Yeah.
Now, your character, Harry Potter, as some would call him, he's grown up in the movie and he has a sense of family more with the characters. How do you, Daniel Radcliffe, fit into the role of Harry Potter now?
I think, having played Harry for so long, since I was 11, I do know him very well, probably second only to Joe Rowling in terms of how well I know the character. So yeah, and every time I come back to play him again, it's like he changes so much from each book. It is like playing a different character. So each new film we do presents its own challenges, which we're very lucky, because most people playing the same character for 7 years would get very bored.
Yeah, so does that make it easier or more difficult to evolve with it?
It makes it harder, but it makes it more enjoyable equally, because, I love a challenge, and, to be challenged in that way is really exciting for me.
Now, let's talk about the big battle sequence at the end. You get to use some amazing wand skills. How do you stage a wizard battle where it's, I guess without the special effects, it just looks like a lot of conducting?
Well, yeah, actually, yes. What it mainly is, I mean, we rehearsed. We don't normally have time for that much rehearsal on Potter, but we rehearsed that scene for about 2 days before we actually shot anything, which is a long time, because you get on the set and you really don't know how it's gonna be choreographed until you're on there actually doing it. So, I mean, we took a long time to rehearse it, and then you'd have cracks of sort of like bangs of, basically they'll stuff loads of bits of the set, but bits of foam and stuff with painted brown so it looks like rock into a air mortar, and they just shoot it out of that, basically. So when you point your wand at something, it goes poof, and that's what happens. And so it's not quite as cool as it looks on screen. And that's why we have visual effects. Yeah,
and they work out well.
Yeah.
A very cool visual effect who's actually a person, Ray Fiennes. There's a lot more Voldemort in this film. How cool is it acting with him? He's
very, very scary to act with when he turns into Voldemort, because he's just terrifying. I mean, there was one moment at the New York premiere of Harry Potter 4 when a journalist sort of jokingly shouted, "Hey, Rafe, give us a bit of Voldemort," and he just did it, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, that's terrifying." So it's great, and it's very, very. I mean, I think the battle scene between Dumbledore and Voldemort is sort of the battle scene everybody's been waiting for in a Potter movie. It's amazing. It's just I was blown away by it, and I was there when we did it. So
it's really, really. Yeah. I'm so excited you guys get to go see this film.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about some other projects. You did Equus.
I did Equus at the beginning of the year, yes.
And great play.
Yes.
Really great play.
And went down really well, actually, which is great.
And there's a rumor that you might be bringing it to the States.
There is a rumor about that, yes. But, I mean, it's certainly being talked about. Yeah, and I mean, I would, of course, if it can fit in with everything else and scheduling and things, of course, I would love to do it on Broadway. That would be amazing. So hopefully, that will happen.
That would not suck.
No.
There's a brilliant, brilliant British comedian named Ricky Gervais, who has a wonderful show called Extras, and season 2 just came out on DVD, and you are on it, and you are brilliant in it. You're absolutely hilarious, and you're, in a way, you're kind of parodying yourself.
Yeah, well, I think that's a pretty healthy thing to do. I think it gave me a chance to sort of play the character that everybody in real life expects me to be. Essentially, everyone thinks that's what a child star is like. And we're really not. So I thought it would be fun to actually just, bring that to the screen instead. And also, I didn't even read the script. He said, "Would you like to do extras?" And I was like, "Yes." Yeah. This isn't even a conversation. It's just yes. So yeah, that was
I'm just happy you picked up the phone.
Exactly. It's like to go on there, especially after people like Kate Winslet have done it, and they've done it so brilliantly. And he said David Bowie's in this series, and I was like, all right, yes, just now.
And I think the best part is that each episode is named after the big guest star in it. So your episode is Daniel Radcliffe.
Is it?
Yeah.
I have an episode of Extras named after me. I'm happy.
See?
Yeah.
Now let's make everyone here happy. We're going to show Daniel in action.
Good link.
Thank you very much. It's not a hobby, people. Here's a clip from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.